Coming up this morning on Chris 6 Sunrise, it is Labor Day. A time to relax and celebrate the American worker. We have a look at what you can expect to be closed today, though.
And here's a look at what other stories we're covering this hour.
I'm Tony Jaramillo in Flower Bluff. This road looks a lot different from the last time you saw me here. I'll tell you why that matters and why one Flower Bluff woman was concerned about the upgrades.
For 50 years, this church has been a symbol in Ingleside. I'm Adam Beam with parishioners, learning its history and why it means so much to them.
Good morning and happy Labor Day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on Chris 6 Sunrise, Waking Up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. You know, it isn't Monday, but I'm feeling good. It's going to be a great week ahead, folks. And to talk more about that, let's bring in our little ray of sunshine, Miss Julia Quetty. Good morning, Julia. How you doing?
Hey there. Good morning, you guys. So yeah, folks have to be out there on those roadways. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully we're the only ones having to work today. But if you have to head on those roadways early this morning, traffic flow is looking to be pretty decent across the majority of our roadways right now. Taking a look at Ocean Drive, heading on SPID and on Saratoga, all three of those roadways are looking to be pretty good. Of course, indicated with those shades of green that lets you know that traffic flow is moving in a fast pace. Moving on over now towards Flower Bluff, pretty much the same. Not much of any traffic hiccups in sight here, minus maybe over in Waldron Road, as you'll see a little bit small portions of medium speed that you might encounter. But again, for the majority of our roadways across Flower Bluff, looking at things moving pretty smoothly, as maybe again most folks hopefully have the day off so they don't have to be on the road early this morning. Heading on over now towards the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island, we're looking at things again, all those shades of green letting you know that there's pretty fast and easy flowing traffic flow, letting you know that things are looking to be pretty smooth across a majority of our roadways right now. Going towards our forecast, we'll have a continuation of some showers and thunderstorms already erupting throughout some portions of the coastal bend at this hour. That's going to develop as we look ahead towards this afternoon. I have the details on that coming up.
Thank you so much, Julia. Appreciate it. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit, but today, it's Labor Day. It's a day to celebrate the American worker, right? It's also the unofficial end of summer, with more than 17 million passengers expected to be screened for air travel over the last 3-day break, rather. That's according to TSA data. The holiday also means a number of closures. Banks, the stock market, the post office, and many shipping services like UPS and FedEx, they're going to be closed.
Now here's a look at how the holiday will impact city services. Garbage pickup will go on as scheduled today, along with brush pickup. The Cefe Valenzuela landfill will also be open. City Hall, Municipal Court, and the Public Health District will be closed today, along with the 311 call center. Other closures include public libraries, animal care services, senior centers, and recreation centers. City golf courses, along with pools and splash pads, will be open today.
And the City of Corpus Christi's Municipal Court kicks off their Warrant Resolution Month today. For the entire month, neighbors can address their active warrants for traffic citations, code enforcement violations, and Class C misdemeanors. If you happen to have an outstanding citation, well, the city urges you to appear in person or make any payment arrangements online. The Municipal Court is open Monday through Friday, except for today, of course, due to the holiday, and from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with extended hours on Thursday.
In your national headlines, a federal judge has temporarily blocked the removal of unaccompanied Guatemalan minors in U.S. custody. The Trump administration is moving to send hundreds of Guatemalan children in government custody back to their home country. Sources say the administration has identified more than 600 unaccompanied children from Guatemala in the custody of the Health and Human Services Department to potentially deport. The children are believed to not have a parent in the U.S., though they may have a relative. The judge ordered Sunday that the U.S. government not remove any of the individual plaintiffs for 2 weeks.
So an appeals court has ruled that Donald Trump's tariff push overstepped presidential powers. The federal court says that President Trump misused his authority when he imposed tariffs under an emergency powers statute. A panel of 11 judges ruled 7-4 that the president's tariffs were illegal, but also said they can stay in place until the case is settled. The ruling affects 2 sets of tariffs Trump has sought to impose: the country-by-country or reciprocal tariffs and the 25% tariffs that Trump imposed on some goods from Canada, China, and Mexico. The ruling doesn't impact tariffs implemented under other laws, such as 50% steel and aluminum tariffs on all other worldwide trading partners.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Flower Bluff. On the 4th of July, I told you about Mary Lou Roper and a flooding concern she had from a new project on Caribbean Road. I spoke with her this week and learned an update she considers good news. This is the problem Mary Lou Roper brought to my attention in July. She complained then of water flooding her driveway on Caribbean Drive near Flower Bluff Drive. Corpus Christi's Public Works Department said in July, crews were doing work to move water off of Caribbean Drive. Mary Lou told us she believed that work would send even more water rushing to her home. Fast forward nearly 2 months, and you can see a new road with culverts lower than before. Mary Lou, who's lived in Flower Bluff for decades, texted me this week saying the city agreed to create a drainage system to move any extra water away from her and towards Oso Bay. She expects to work on that project to finish later this year. If you have an issue or concern like this and think I can help, give me a call or send me an email. My contact information, including a QR code, is on the screen. In Flower Bluff, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, good morning, happy Monday and happy Labor Day. So for us yesterday on our Sunday, the beginning, second half, I should say, of our Labor Day weekend, we saw some showers really begin to develop over the course of the day, mostly being regulated towards northern portions of Coastal Bend as that frontal boundaries begin to stall over the coast here. So now we're seeing that our rain activity didn't really amount to truly a lot of measurable rainfall, but B County saw a little over a quarter of an inch of rain from yesterday's rain event. Now things will start to look, I think, a bit more promising ahead for us today as we take a look at Doppler radar, already having a lot of shower action happening for areas that are along the coast as well as over in B County and Beeville, seeing some heavy downpours and maybe some thunderstorm activity happening at this very moment. So maybe heading out the door early this morning if you have to, if you don't have the day off, just make sure you're being careful heading on those roadways for areas that are along the coast as well as nearby B County, as areas are starting to see some heavy downpours already this morning. Now that moisture and humidity is of course tied towards why we're seeing showers already, so that's going to be tied towards our temperatures as well, reaching already into those upper 70s to lower 80s, so that mugginess and humidity is going to be a component in terms of our temperatures throughout the day today, but those will slowly, gradually increase throughout the day, not reaching quite as high as we saw them to do over this past weekend because of the extra bit of cloud cover, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to kind of inhibit our temperatures from really not reaching all that high as we head towards this afternoon. So we'll see throughout the day, eventually reaching those upper 80s by 11 o'clock this morning, lower 90s by 1. Also see our wind speed starting to shift, coming in a bit of a northeasterly direction, also attributed towards that frontal boundary that's giving us our rain chances that began yesterday and carrying on over for us today. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible across majority of our areas here in the Coastal Bend as we head towards this afternoon and throughout the early evening hours, and heading towards the overnight, still looking at a decent chance of potentially seeing a couple stray to isolated showers in the forecast, passing on throughout coastal, inland, and northern neighborhoods, as the rain chances will be expected to continue ahead for us on Tuesday as well, maybe in less of a widely scattered fashion, more so potentially isolated ahead for us on our Tuesday. But for today, looking at our excessive rainfall outlook, looking at that marginal risk of having heavy downpours that could amount to maybe some localized ponding and flooding throughout some areas that may be a bit more flood prone. So just make sure you're watching out for that as we go throughout our day today. And here's that frontal boundary right now shifting its way off towards south of us here in the Coastal Bend. It's going to kind of meander and reach its way back further up north, blanketing us here in the Coastal Bend, keeping our shower activity to be pretty active for us today, and then get maintained in the forecast ahead on Tuesday. Then it's going to clear out completely ahead for us late on your Tuesday, and with that, dry air is going to return back to the forecast. Is going to be more sunshine and hotter temperatures back up in those upper 90s.
I'm Stephanie Molina in Calallen, home to an organization known for helping children in need. They're celebrating 25 years of service thanks to one very special person.
You may be a lot more cautious about what goes in your cart at the grocery store. The effects of increased tariffs on fruits and vegetables are contributing to higher prices in the supermarket checkout line. We'll have that story coming up.
Welcome back, everyone. 6:12 on your Monday, Labor Day morning. And as you can tell, a lot less cars on the road than we usually see. A couple of you lucky folks might be off, but don't worry, we're always here for you, as is meteorologist Julia Quady standing by. We'll look at the rest of the roads plus the forecast. But first, Every Wednesday, I try to find the cheapest grocery prices around the coastal bend, and you may have noticed that your produce has gotten a little bit pricier.
Yeah, shoppers are now starting to see higher prices on fruits and veggies due in part to tariffs on imported products. Scripps News Group's Holly Furfer explains what this means for the economy.
Recent government data showed an uptick in the wholesale price of vegetables. The price supermarkets pay for fresh veggies rose almost 39% in July. The trickle-down effect of tariffs are a contributing factor and putting pressure on consumers and their wallets. Attention grocery shoppers, the price of eating healthy is getting more expensive. The effects of tariffs on imported fruits and vegetables are starting to ripple through grocery stores and restaurants and are driving up costs for consumers.
Yeah, I think things are definitely on the incline for sure, yeah.
President Trump has defended the move, arguing raising tariffs will help boost domestic production and create jobs. But economist Alex Durante with the Tax Foundation says the U.S. simply does not have the right climate or infrastructure to grow enough fruits and vegetables needed to meet demand, which is why so much of what we eat is imported.
In the U.S., we only grow bananas in Hawaii and Florida, and in a very limited capacity. More than 90% of all bananas that are consumed in the U.S. Are imported from abroad.
U.S. reliance on imported farm products is rising. Produce imports topped $33 billion last year, with avocados, bananas, and blueberries making up 27%. The good news is that many foods from Mexico and Canada are exempt from tariffs through the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. But Durante says that only represents about half of the produce that enters the country.
Even with the USMCA exemptions, there's still a lot of agricultural goods that are coming from Southeast Asia and Central and Latin America and South America that are going to be facing these tariffs.
It's unclear how much produce prices may increase, but estimates range from 4 to 7%.
U.S. consumers really don't have much of a choice other than to pay the higher price for that imported good.
It will be up to consumers to decide how much they're willing to spend.
Prices are just skyrocketing, just getting out of hand, out of control. For this little bag right here, $10.
Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group, Atlanta.
Hey there, good morning, happy Monday and happy Labor Day. Hopefully you have the day off. But if you don't, heading out on those roadways, especially for areas that are along the coast or just nearby 181 over in B County, you're going to be experiencing some heavy downpours or at the very least just some shower activity right now at this very moment. As we take a look at Doppler radar, we can see where those showers, again, like I mentioned, are kind of being regulated for areas that are along the coast or pushing their way further inland in areas along 181 in B County. Taking a closer look over towards our coastal neighborhoods over in Port Aransas, a little bit south of Rockport, trade winds as well as areas nearby Portland got hit with a couple showers and thunderstorms still rumbling off or towards the coastal waters away from Port Aransas right now. But again, some heavy shower activity happening throughout those coastal neighborhoods. Going further up north now to B County, like I mentioned, nearby 181, a little east of Skidmore, having some very heavy downpours and some thunderstorm activity happening over there, and a little bit west of Normanna right now with those showers are still passing on through. Now those showers are going to continue to develop throughout our day, certainly as we head towards this afternoon, becoming a bit more widespread in nature with those showers and thunderstorms thanks to that frontal boundary, and as we do have ample moisture in place, which for, of course just adding fuel to why we're going to see those showers continue to rumble on through. And for those time and brief periods where we don't see any shower activity throughout some neighborhoods, we'll be looking at mostly cloudy skies, maybe a couple pockets of sunshine, so mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions that we can expect the forecast today. And because of those two factors, having rainfall and a lot more cloud cover in our skies today, we'll see our temperatures really slowly increase, eventually reaching towards those lower 90s by this afternoon, only expecting a high temperature of 92 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Look at our rain chances over the next 24 hours. Like I mentioned, we'll see our rain chances begin to ramp up for us as we head towards this afternoon, especially for more coastal and inland neighborhoods here in the coastal bend. And things still looking pretty promising in terms of having some sort of rainfall continuing in the forecast for us late tonight and into the overnight, at least straight isolated showers that will be possible heading towards those few hours later on today. So because we are expecting some heavy downpours that are already happening at this very moment to continue throughout the majority of our day. We are going to be under that marginal risk for excessive rainfall across South Texas. So it could mean that we could be looking at maybe some ponding, maybe some localized flooding that could be an issue for areas that are prone to that. So just make sure you're keeping an eye out if you plan on hitting those roadways at any point today. Rain chances will still look pretty decent ahead for us tomorrow on our Tuesday as that frontal boundary continues to push its way further on south out of our area here in the coastal bend. Rain chances will be a little bit less compared to what we're seeing right now. It'll be isolated at best throughout the day under mostly sunny skies. So that means things will start to change for us by the time that frontal boundary pushes out of the coastal bend, leading to drier air replacing that, giving us higher temperatures back up towards those upper 90s for us on your Wednesday and on your Thursday under mostly sunny skies. Then we'll have another frontal boundary beginning to approach us here in the coastal bend, leading towards more rain chances ahead for us this weekend and a bigger cool down potentially into those upper 80s.
Well, it is Monday. You know what that means? Those gas prices. Coming up, I'll have a look at the cheapest stations all around the coastal bend. All right, folks, it is Labor Day. You might be sneaking in that last-minute road trip or having to fill back up the tank after a fun weekend. But don't worry, I have the cheapest gas prices all around the coastal bend. Let's start off with a look at the national average, though, shall we? All right, according to Gas Buddy, the average gallon of gas is $3.16. That's actually down by 4 cents since Friday. As for Texas, we're also down as well, $2.75. That's down by 5 cents since Friday. Here in Corpus Christi, let the good times roll. Cheapest price is $2.39. That's at the Circle K in Annaville on Upriver Road and Violet Road. For our Portland friends, you're also looking at some pretty cheap prices, $2.47 at most stations around Portland. But hey, watch out for a few select stations that are closer to $2.60. And for our island friends, cheapest is $2.49 at, get this, Port A. That's over at the Exxon on Port A on Allister Street. As always, if you can find cheaper prices than these guys, because sometimes they do fluctuate during the day, it might be worthwhile stopping and filling up while you can.
Alrighty, good morning. Taking a live look outside now from our First Community Bank Skycam atop the USS Lexington. We can see traffic flow is looking pretty quiet across both the New and Old Harbor bridges right now. Of course, we know it's a holiday, so hopefully most folks have the day off. So that can be one reason why we can expect those roadways to be a little bit more smoother and clearer for us on our Monday here. Let's go and take a look at the rest of traffic flow maps we expect on other roadways now. On the other side of town, happening on the JFK Causeway going to and from the island, things are moving pretty smoothly, of course, indicated with those shades of green. Heading on over towards Walton Road, we can see a little bit of a medium speed heading in one direction here. Other than that, leaving the gate at NES Corpus Christi and on Flower Brook Drive, look at very smooth and clear driving conditions at this moment. And now moving on over towards downtown, Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, all three of those roadways are looking pretty clear for you, letting you know that if you have to be on those roadways early this morning, you're in for looking at pretty clear and smooth driving conditions across most of our roadways this morning. That's your track report, with details of your forecast coming up.
Local farmers are at the end of cotton harvesting season. I'm Victoria Valderrama in Odom, getting a closer look at the process of this fluctuating industry.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, good morning, welcome back. Happy Monday, happy Labor Day. Taking a live look outside now from our Soupy's Pier Skycam, sponsored by CCAC. Can see a lot of cloud cover out there in our skies right now. We'll be waking up towards mostly cloudy and maybe eventually partly sunny skies, but the extra cloud cover is going to be due towards that rainfall that's coming in already throughout some neighborhoods waking up this morning, and that rainfall is going to continue as we head towards this afternoon. Of course, we can expect some thunderstorm activity as well. But along with that, like I mentioned, it's Monday, and of course it's Labor Day, so it's also the start of a new month for us as we begin September. This is the type of climate we can expect in the forecast going forward. We'll start to see a bit of a downward trend now, beginning with our temperatures starting to fall, heading towards those lower 90s. Thankfully, today we're going to follow suit as we are expecting an afternoon high temperature of 92 degrees. So that's also in part because we're expecting more rainfall and some mostly cloudy skies during the afternoon. So we're right on in with that average, nearby that average, I should say, in terms of our conditions for us for the 1st of September. Conditions will continue to cool on down. Eventually towards the end of this month, looking at a high temperature of only 89 degrees. So things are beginning to cool down for us. And just a reminder, fall does begin on September 22nd. So got some good things to look forward to, hopefully in terms of cooler weather on that front as well. And we are expecting, of course, more rainfall, hopefully for us this month, as we do have around an average rainfall, a little bit over nearby, I should say, 5.5 inches of rainfall in the forecast. So that's all related towards our monthly average. And as a reminder, September is usually our rainiest month of the year. So hopefully we have some good things to come to help us out with our drought levels here in the coastal bend, as well as our lake levels here as we are entering our rainiest month of the year. So looking at what else we can expect in the forecast this week, we are starting off hopefully on a great note here with some scattered showers and thunderstorms to come into the forecast today and continue ahead for us tomorrow on our Tuesday this week. Then things will start to change ahead for us beginning in the midweek. We'll have a brief return of dry and very hot and humid conditions coming to the coastal bend, expecting temperatures to go back up towards those upper 90s beginning on our Wednesday. But we got some more cooler and more rainier conditions returning back into the forecast this weekend with another frontal boundary that's going to arrive and push its way on through the area, giving us more rainfall, more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and again, cooler temperatures that could fall nearby around 89 degrees on our Saturday. But looking at Doppler radar, like I mentioned, things are happening already for us in terms of our rainfall action for areas that are along the coast, as well as areas nearby B County and around 181. So got some development in terms of our showers and thunderstorms already rumbling through parts of the coastal bend this morning that will continue as we head towards the afternoon. Like I mentioned, we're going to start off with that trend, thankfully, in terms of more average conditions in terms of our temperatures, only reaching nearby 92 degrees for our afternoon high. Again, we will start to see a little bit some cloud cover continue to develop throughout the day, maybe some partly sunny skies with a couple small pockets of sunshine in between here and there. But with that shower activity, things will be probably mostly cloudy throughout the morning, and certainly as we head towards this afternoon, when our rain chances will greatly increase towards isolated to widely scattered showers across the coastal bend, especially for areas that are more inland and along the coast. That's going to continue all throughout the day today, even heading towards the overnight. We could still very at the least see some straight isolated showers possible in the forecast for us heading into your Tuesday. Now looking ahead, we do have that excessive rainfall outlook here. All of us across South Texas will be under that level 1 out of 4, that marginal risk for excessive rainfall. So that could mean we could see some areas dealing with a bit of some ponding or maybe some flooding issues for areas that are a bit more prone to that. So just make sure you keep that in mind if you plan on heading out the door at any point today. Looking at our big weather picture, we can see where those showers are happening, all in relation towards this frontal boundary that has passed on through, but it's going to kind of meander further back up north, kind of blanking at us here in the coastal bend, leading towards why we're going to experience more of that shower activity throughout the day today and heading towards tomorrow on our Tuesday. But then as it starts to pass its way on further south, we'll start to see a little bit more of that return of drier air coming back to the coastal bend, giving us, of course, like I mentioned, those hotter temperatures for the midweek.
Julia, thank you so much. So September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and coming up after the break, why this matters and how early detection can help save your life. In the past, it was considered a silent killer, but ovarian cancer isn't as quiet as once thought. Experts say there are signs, and catching them early could save your life. This morning, I'm sharing the story of a local woman who proves why early detection matters.
I feel like I have been very, very blessed with how God has provided for me through this whole journey.
Tanya Sanchez was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer in June. She tells me it initially caught her by surprise.
I had no symptoms. I felt fine. I had no pain.
Sanchez cancer was found during a routine colonoscopy, a lucky catch that put her on the path to treatment. She's now undergoing chemotherapy and knows not everyone gets that chance.
I had a couple of days that were rough, but I know that a lot of people have it far worse than I did.
Experts say ovarian cancer is less common than breast or colon cancer, but it's still one of the deadliest cancers affecting women.
We don't have any good screening tests for ovarian cancer. There's no yearly come in and get a pap smear like we do with cervical cancer, come get your mammogram like breast cancer. So most of the time when we find ovarian cancer, it is at an advanced stage. And because of that, It's harder to treat, and survival is usually not as good compared to the other cancers that we do have screening methods for.
Doctors urge women, especially those with a personal or family history of female cancers, to talk to their doctors about their risks.
I have 2 daughters, and it's impactful to them because they now have to have certain tests done, and they need to know that. They need to know what they need to discuss with their doctors.
As Sanchez fights the disease, she knows she's not alone.
God's hand was in every moment of this for me.
She hopes speaking out will help other women catch the disease earlier.
It is treatable, but a lot of women get this cancer and don't make it because they didn't know.
Okay, so we talked about detection, but what about prevention? We posted more information on our website, christv.com.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday and happy Labor Day. Heading out the door, some neighborhoods already seeing some showers and thunderstorms erupting in their neighborhoods, mostly areas that are along the coast, nearby Port Aransas and Aransas County, coastal portions of San Patricio and Nueces counties as well. B County being kind of more widespread in terms of their shower activity at the moment. Now, looking at our planner today, whether you see showers throughout the day or not, all of us should get in on that rain action, but in those brief periods where we have a bit of a pause, we will be looking at mostly cloudy, maybe partly sunny skies at best with a couple pockets of sunshine. Temperatures slowly increasing, reaching around those upper 80s by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. More shower activity that will be a bit more widespread as we head towards the later afternoon hours. So here in Corpus Christi, maybe a better chance to see some more heavier rainfall in our neighborhood around that time frame. But again, looking at our rain chances of the next 24 hours, we're expecting things to be pretty active for us across the coastal bend by this afternoon and lasting towards the early evening to late evening hours, even heading towards the overnight. Going into your Tuesday morning, we could be looking at best maybe a couple isolated or maybe at the least stray showers that can pass on through the coastal bend. Drier air will begin to enter the forecast ahead for us late on your Tuesday, carrying on over towards your Wednesday. The drier air is going to give us more moisture and humidity, adding towards our temperatures going back up towards those upper 90s.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in for 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We have plenty of neighborhood news for you this morning, but first, let's check in with meteorologist Julia Quady with a look at the roadways. Good morning, Julia.
Hey there, good morning, you guys. Hopefully most folks have the day off for us on this Labor Day. So those roadways across the area are looking to be pretty clear right now. Taking our view from our SPID Skycam, this is usually not how our view looks this early in the morning, especially on a Monday. Those roadways are usually much more busy. But like I said, it's Labor Day, it's a holiday, so most folks hopefully have the day off. So conditions on those roadways are going to be mostly clear for folks who sadly don't have that day off, like yours truly. So let's go ahead and take a look at those traffic flow maps now so we can see what we can expect on roadways throughout the area. If you have to already head out right now at this hour, heading on the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island, I should say, things are moving pretty well for you to head out the door over in that direction. Moving on over towards Flower Bluff, a little bit of a median speed throughout portions of Waldron Road, and heading on over towards Flower Bluff Drive, all clear. As you can see, those shades of green, as well as heading towards the gate. NES Corpus Christi was usually not the norm for us. We're always usually looking at anywhere between a medium to slow speed heading in those directions. Moving on over towards downtown, Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, all shades of green indicating that you got fast and easy, smooth flowing traffic flow heading out the door this morning. That's it for your traffic report, but details of your forecast coming up.
Julia, thank you. Appreciate it. So we're going to check back in with you in just a little bit.
But from Flower Bluff residents being concerned about flooding issues to the end of cotton season for local farmers in Odom, we have you covered in your neighborhood check-in.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Flower Bluff. On the 4th of July, I told you about Mary Lou Roper and a flooding concern she had from a new project on Caribbean Road. I spoke with her this week and learned an update she considers good news. This is the problem Mary Lou Roper brought to my attention in July. She complained then of water flooding her driveway on Caribbean Drive near Flower Bluff Drive. Corpus Christi's Public Works Department said in July, crews were doing work to move water off of Caribbean Drive. Mary Lou told us she believed that work would send even more water rushing to her home. Fast forward nearly 2 months, and you can see a new road with culverts lower than before. Mary Lou, who's lived in Flower Bluff for decades, texted me this week saying the city agreed to create a drainage system to move any extra water away from her and towards Oso Bay. She expects to work on that project to finish later this year. If you have an issue or concern like this and think I can help, give me a call or send me an email. My contact information, including a QR code, is on the screen. In Flower Bluff, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
I'm your Ingleside neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam. For 50 years, parishioners of Our Lady of Assumptions have turned to the church for many things. I spent the day with them to not only learn its history, but theirs as well.
And to me, it's a second family. This is my second home.
A second home, Izura Perez says, is a common sentiment felt by parishioners of Our Lady of Assumption in Ingleside. Our Lady of Assumption was established in Ingleside in 1955. Hurricane Celia brought it all down in 1970. But the church and its followers persevered and established a bigger, stronger, and better facility. And in its 50 years since the rebuild, the church has served as a refuge. Those who worship here have always had a place to turn to.
Local farmers are at the end of cotton harvesting season. I'm Victoria Valderrama in Odom, getting a closer look at the process of this fluctuating industry.
This year, local farmers faced several challenges, and they were prepared for a low cotton yield. Bobby Nedbolick farms half cotton, half grain sorghum between Sinton and Mathis. In March, his prayers were answered. Rain came and helped cotton grow just in time. The Edcott Co-op Gin is now working to package hundreds of cotton bales.
The ARC Assessment Center and Emergency Shelter for Youth is celebrating 25 years of serving children in need. I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Calallen. I sat down with Sister Milagros Tormo. She has been at the helm of the shelter's mission for years.
Within the last 25 years of service, she says the shelter has helped 4,000 children, many coming from different backgrounds and stories. And she knows after the children leave the shelter, they can achieve a lot. Sister Milagro admits, even after doing this for a long time, it never gets easy. So moving forward, she wants the organization mission to stay the same, making a difference in a child's life.
The center will celebrate their 25 years of service with the gala on September 18 at the Borchard Fairgrounds. In Calallen, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Monday and happy Labor Day. Of course, we're starting a new month as well, the 1st of September here. In terms of conditions here in the coastal bend, things will start to dial back in terms of our temperatures, only reaching towards those lower 90s. At least that's our average for what we should be seeing for this time of year. And things will continue to dial on back as we head towards the latter half of this month. Towards the end of the month, we'll be looking at high temperatures only reaching towards those upper 80s. And thankfully for today, we can expect our conditions to kind of be agreeable with that. We are expecting a high temperature of 92 degrees here in Corpus Christi, so that's right nearby that average for where we should be for the first of the month. Now, in terms of our rainfall amounts, we are entering the rainiest month of the year for us in September, so that does mean we should be expecting a little bit close towards 5.5 inches of rainfall in the forecast. Now, we're off towards a promising start. Like I mentioned, though, we are expecting this to be our rainiest month of the year. That is our average. Now, for us here in the coastal bend, we are starting off on a hopeful note already, with some showers already passing through the coastal bend early this morning, set to continue as we head toward this afternoon. And those scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be the start of our work week. Those are going to continue ahead for us tomorrow and our Tuesday as well. But our rain chances will come to an end as we approach the midweek. We'll see a brief return of those dry and very hot and humid conditions coming in to the coastal bend. Temperatures going back up towards those upper 90s on Wednesday and our Thursday. And then we'll have a bit of another frontal boundary that's going to lead towards cooler temperatures, a cool down to those temperatures potentially dropping as low as those upper 80s, and more rain chances entering the forecast for us this weekend. But right now, let's go ahead and get to the start of our work week here on this Monday. As we'll see on Doppler radar, like I mentioned, a lot of shower activity starting to erupt across areas along the coast as well as nearby B County, and now starting to go further south towards portions of Aransas and San Patricio counties here. So a lot of heavy downpours throughout those neighborhoods right now. That's going to continue throughout the day and as we head towards this afternoon. But like I mentioned, we're thankfully trending on average with those conditions in terms of our temperatures only reaching nearby 92 degrees. Now we will see some sunshine, but mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies are to be expected, along with those scattered showers and thunderstorms that are already beginning right now. And like I mentioned, that's going to continue continue as we head towards this afternoon. So we can see that's going to last for us all throughout the day today. At the very least, seeing some stray to isolated showers even as we head towards the overnight into your Tuesday. Now, along with that, we're looking at excessive rainfall amounts. So we're going to be under that marginal risk. So that's going to be that level 1 out of 4 across South Texas here. So areas that are maybe a bit more prone to flooding or maybe even ponding on their roadways, just be careful and just be aware of that if you plan on heading outdoors and driving anywhere in the area. Now, looking at our big weather picture, we can see where that frontal boundary is already passing its way through us here in the coastal bend. Is going to retreat a little bit further up north, kind of sitting over us here in the area, leading towards a continuation of our rain chances ahead for us today and throughout the day tomorrow. Now, our rain chances will start to quickly dry out, heading towards the late afternoon to even evening hours ahead for us on our Tuesday. And that's going to lead towards more of our drier weather pattern that's we're going to briefly enter on Wednesday, lasting on our Thursday. So that's why we'll see our temperatures increasing greatly into those upper 90s on Wednesday and Thursday. But don't be too concerned. We'll go back down towards near average conditions for us this weekend with our next frontal boundary giving us more rain opportunities.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
So today is Labor Day. Many have the day off, including some of city scheduled different agencies. Garbage pickup will go on as scheduled today, though, along with brush pickup. The Seafeet landfill will also be open today. City Hall, Municipal Court, and public health districts, those are going to be closed, along with the 311 call center. Other closures include public libraries, animal care services, senior centers, and rec centers. City golf courses, along with pools and splash pads, will be open today.
The City of Corpus Christi's Municipal Court kicks off their warrant resolution month today. For the entire month of September, neighbors can address their active warrants for traffic citations, code enforcement violations, and Class C misdemeanors. So if you have an outstanding citation, the city urges you to appear in person or make payment arrangements online. The Municipal Court is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with extended hours on Thursday.
Well, the Belmead Drive from Gullahar Road to Orms Drive in the Bay Area will be closed until September 12th for repavement work. The work is part of a rapid pavement program as a first phase of resurfacing Belmead Drive from Gullahar Road to Airline Road. During this phase, Belmead Drive will from Gullahar Road to Orms will be closed to through traffic. Residents will have access to their driveways, though. Construction for the entire project is expected to continue through mid-October.
A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration's plan to speed up the deportation of migrants. The policy would have let the government quickly deport migrants in the country without going through a lengthy process. Right now, expedited removal only applies to those detained within 100 miles of the U.S. border and if they've been in the country for less than 2 weeks. A federal district court judge says this denies due process and can be applied nationwide. However, a Supreme Court ruling in June said that district court injunctions can only apply to those who brought the suit and not nationwide.
Well, Taylor Fresh Foods is recalling one of its salad kits due to potential undeclared ingredients. Might want to check your fridges, folks. The recall is just for the Taylor Farms Honey Balsamic Salad Kit. The company says that the salad dressing in the kit is actually the Asian sesame ginger dressing and not the honey balsamic vinaigrette dressing. The best if used by date is up and including September 4th. The kits were sold in 25 states, including here in Texas. Consumers should throw away the kit and can get a refund at the store that they purchased it from.
So you'll have another chance to go for the $1 billion Powerball jackpot before the holiday weekend ends. No ticket matched all 6 numbers drawn Saturday night, pushing the Powerball jackpot to an estimated $1.1 billion for the next drawing, which is tonight. It's the game's 5th largest prize ever and has an estimated cash value of $498.4 million.
Whew, good luck out there, folks. Well, online gambling and gaming has become extremely popular, but some sites are just out for your money. So the Better Business Bureau says that they've received more than 10,000 complaints related to online gambling and to gaming. That's why Scripps News Group's consumer reporter John Matarese has a caution before you place your bet.
Online sports betting and phone slot machine games can be a lot of fun to play, but there's a growing number of schemes out there to take your money. So we have an important warning if you plan to do any gaming or betting this fall.
Here at at the Holy Grail Sports Bar, customers are getting ready for a new season of sports on TV and bets on their phones, since betting is legal here. Devin Heron likes betting with DraftKings.
Okay, what do you think of it? Is it pretty good? I like it. That's why I win the most money.
Tyler Doherty says he's had luck at several betting sites.
FanDuel, Caesars, MGM.
Those are all legitimate sites, but not all are. Melanie McGovern with the Better Business Bureau says whether you're placing a sports bet or playing a game for money, make sure online gambling is legal in your state.
If you are in a state where it's not legal and you're getting an app or an email or a pop-up during another game to play a game where you can win real money, you always have to be skeptical.
She suggests reaching out to the company and understand the process and question anything that doesn't seem right.
Arming yourself with that knowledge before you download that app, before you start placing bets, really important.
She warns that deceptive schemes are becoming much more common.
If they're being evasive, if they're saying they're going to pay you in cryptocurrency or something along those lines, those are the red flags that it might not be legal.
And if you're still not sure the company is legitimate, she advises checking it out on the BBB's Scam Tracker site. Because if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Nope, I don't bet online. You don't do it, huh? Nope, no sir.
And that way you don't waste your money. John Matteries, Scripps News Group.
Okay, here's a look at what's trending now. The most expensive house for sale right now in the U.S. is in Colorado. At a whopping $300 million, Sotheby's lists Little Lake Lodge near Aspen as the most expensive house for sale in the country. Wow. The home was built by a California billionaire couple who owned the parent company of Fiji Water and Palm Wonderful. It is 27,000 square foot and is on a 74-acre estate. The property includes the 4 parcels of land, a private 6-acre lake, and 45-space parking lot. The listing for the home states that the estimated annual property taxes for the new homeowner will be roughly $131,000. So even if you won like the lottery or something, you would still have to pay that almost yearly property taxes?
I mean, a lot of people don't realize that when you buy a home, you always have to pay property taxes, even if you buy the home cash outright. Yep. That is insane, though. I mean, that is more than our salary.
And think of the power bill.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. I think at that point, though, get your own solar farm on that property, you know?
But, you know,
you have your own lake.
If you have all the money in the world, you don't really need to think about all that, right?
Yeah. The home looks beautiful, though. It
One
beautiful.
can dream.
Yeah,
Once we win the lottery tonight, right?
I don't know. I feel like that's just too much home, too much space. It's just a lot. It's a 45 parking lot.
Yeah.
That's
why you have butlers, people that buttle for you.
I don't know. That's a little extra for me. Y'all know I'm bougie too, but that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, we have to bring out our bougie umbrella Ella
Not Rihanna.
No, okay.
Screaming, yes, you will. Heading out the door this morning, a lot of neighborhoods here in the coastal bend are seeing some shower activity, especially for northern portions as well as areas that are along the coast. So you will need that umbrella this morning and as we head toward this afternoon. Take a look at Doppler radar, getting a bit of a closer look. We can see where these showers are mostly being more regulated at the moment. Saw some heavy downpours just nearby Port Aransas, over in Aransas Pass, Portland as well. Now the showers are kind of starting to move their way away from the coast, going towards our coastal waters. Rockport still getting in on a couple showers, passing on through that neighborhood. Moving on further up north, Beeville, across B County at large, seeing a lot of shower activity. Very heavy downpours happening at the moment. Now, Skidmore was getting a little bit more in on that rain action. Now that shower is starting to push its way further off east of 181 and over in Normanna and Beeville. Those showers are now starting to push their way further up north. So again, those showers are going to be a bit more scattered in nature as we go throughout the remainder of our day, certainly by this afternoon. Let's go ahead and get into what that means for your dog walking forecast. Introducing our star for today. We got Marley here. Marley's going to want to get that dog walk done at some point today, maybe heading towards the morning or heading towards this evening. You just want to make sure you keep that eye on that radar to keep yourself safe so you don't get caught up on any of those thunderstorms that will pass on throughout the day today. Right now this morning, though, things could be comfortable enough depending on where you are to head out the door to get that done. We'll see again mostly cloudy to maybe partly sunny skies at best all throughout the day today in those brief intermissions where we don't see any rain activity, and we'll see our temperatures slowly increasing, getting towards those lower 80s, eventually those upper 80s by 11 and 12 o'clock today. Have those winds coming in from the northeast, going a little bit slower than 10 miles an hour across the majority of our neighborhoods as well this morning. Looking at our forecast overall today, we'll increase those temperatures, eventually reaching into those lower 90s, only going to get an afternoon high temperature of 92 degrees here in Corpus Christi, so for sure a break from the type of conditions that we had just this past weekend, reaching into those triple digits. Now that's going to be in part because, of course, we got that shower activity going on, but also we'll have extra clouds in our skies, kind of preventing us to have that afternoon warm up with sunshine to really activate higher temperatures for us. But looking at our rain chances over the next 24 hours, like I mentioned, we're expecting more widespread shower activity, thunderstorm action coming in by this afternoon. That's going to last us heading towards the evening, even heading towards the overnight. We'll see at least some stray to isolated showers that will be possible heading on over towards your Tuesday. Now, with these heavy downpours that will be active throughout the day today, we will be expecting that across South Texas will be under a marginal risk. So it's going to be that level 1 out of 4 for excessive rainfall in the forecast today. Things will improve ahead for us tomorrow. Still going to have rain in the forecast, but again, just not quite as active as we're going to experience today. Isolated showers may be at best tomorrow, and then drier air is going to begin to enter the forecast, leading towards higher temperatures, more sunshine, back up in those upper 90s before we cool back down with another frontal boundary, maybe even a cold front that could pass on pretty close to us here in the coastal bend, giving us those cooler temperatures in those upper 80s.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Julia. And hey, thank you folks for tuning in. Hopefully you have the day off, but if not, don't worry. Chris 6 will be with you all day long. We'll see you soon.
Bye.